Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
But there's only two hoes here this evening.
Yeah, that's the intro. It's us on the Christmas special. Me and OT are here on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Our families are waiting in the next room.
Yeah. We're recording this live.
Yeah.
As it's released. It's the long-awaited and, dare I say, highly anticipated
Indeed.
Boba Fett political compass.
Yeah.
That we stupidly said that we would do if
Who
the
likes?
low bar of one person needed to ask for it.
I think we got two as well. I think a couple of people commented.
Yeah, of course. Someone immediately realised that they could screw us by commenting there. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of high level discussion and analysis. It's already great stuff because Mayor's not here. He was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
So it's gonna be one of those videos.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the sort of.
They tend to come out actually about this time once a year.
It's one of those videos where me and OT will go on a 10-minute tangent about the speeder chase in Book of Boba Fett and decide to leave it in the recording. So strap in, everyone. It's going to be good. Question 1, and we're answering from we're getting in the mindset of Boba Fett. I think should we just establish where canonically is Boba Fett? Is this post Book of Boba Fett, or is this
during
Empire Boba Fett?
This is during the up to date section of Book of Boba Fett. So not the flashbacks. This is like when he's chilling in Mos Eisley.
Okay, so this is Mos Espa gangster Boba Fett, not bounty hunter, freeze people Boba Fett.
Yeah, he's past his prime.
He is. If economic globalization is inevitable, I suppose it should be if economic universation is inevitable, because he lives in a universe. It should primarily serve humanity. I suppose we can replace that with intelligent life forms rather than the interests of transnational corporations. I think that Boba Fett supports the corporations as a gangster, right?
I don't know. I think the thing is the Pikes that he ends up fighting against, they're not like a corporation. They are kind of like gangsters and part of the criminal underworld.
Yeah.
But
in that part of the universe, they are the closest thing you get because there aren't really any legitimate big business opportunities in the Outer Rim.
I don't think it's either of the strongly options. I think we're choosing between agree and disagree. I think this is.
I think as a gangster, he wants to serve his community where possible, but I don't think that that's necessarily to the point where he doesn't also want to make a bit of money. So I think he's a disagree on that. Yes,
I think he supports the corporations over humanity, but marginally in this case.
Yeah, it's good. This video is sponsored by Printable, by the way. That ad is just going to be on screen for.
We should do an ad read. We should stop the video and do an ad read for everyone that flashes up.
I'm being advertised. I'm being given 33% on a Lord of the Rings Taters Christmas jumper, which says "Boil and mash and stick them in a stew" on the front.
That is pretty remarkable.
That's pretty good.
Being given 50% off Sky Sports on Now TV.
Wow, it's actually not too bad. Oh, I've just changed to fill a stocking. Anyway, I'd always support my country, whether it was right or wrong.
I think
I think
disagree.
strong.
It's
He did it for himself.
yeah. I don't think he has loyalty to.
Well, you say that, but in the Mandalorian, he does obviously like claim like
Yeah, it's true.
legitimacy as the son of his
But
father, as a true Mandalorian to claim his armor, doesn't he?
mm,
But
but
then
I mean,
he doesn't really buy into all that, does he?
I'm thinking about Mos Espa here. Like,
Sorry, the advert on my screen. You'll see it when this goes live. Anyway, yeah, continue.
I've lost my train of thought. Hang on,
Sorry.
let me circle back.
We can continue on. I can get this advert off screen, which is probably
Okay.
no one chooses their country
right.
of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. I think he'd strongly agree on that.
Yeah, I don't think. Again, I think the way I perceive Boba throughout his life is that he's not like tied to a particular area of space. I think he's very much a person of convenience, and I think he has a code, but I think that code is sufficiently flexible and arbitrary that it can kind of be molded to whatever situation he finds himself in.
And he immediately fucks off from
exactly,
which I can't remember anymore.
Mm.
Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. It's weird to think that that's a question on the actual political compass test, and
it's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild. I don't know if Boba Fett.
I mean, he is a Mandalorian, and he does to some extent value the creed just due to the nature. Well, but I mean, maybe the armor. I don't know. Does it have sentimental value, or is it more what it represents?
It's his father's. Yeah. I think he cares more that it's his father's than it's Mandalorian.
But I think he would perceive himself as being maybe superior to others because he has Mandalorian heritage. But I don't think it would be super strong. I think he would. I think if you were, I mean, obviously, we can't sit down with him, but like, I think if you were to actually ask him about this, I think he would perceive himself as being like maybe he is able to live the life he lives because he is a Mandalorian, and he wouldn't be able to if he was a regular human.
Interesting.
I think we're giving these questions too much credit.
Yeah, I don't know that he would. I don't know. I feel like his interactions are pretty neutral. I'm not really sure I'm swayed one way or the other. Yeah. Should we go with a soft degree, but not
soft degree is what I've gone for.
I'm really annoyed that this is gonna sort of be logged by some internet history as my answers. But anyway, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Strong agree on that.
Yeah. He's pragmatic. He would do whatever it takes in a situation.
Absolutely. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I think that's a strongly agree as well.
Strong agree. I think that's basically how he lives his life.
Yeah, I think he is the military action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then finally, on this page, there is now a worrying fusion of information and statement.
Okay, this one's challenging.
I don't know how he feels about that. How does he feel about pod racing? I think he's a disagree. I don't think he's a give a fucker on that one.
I mean, we need the ability to give neutral responses here, essentially. I think.
I think disagree. I think he'd lean more towards not caring and disagreeing with that than at least having an agree there. We go next page. Right. Now the economy. Here we go. Giving the people what they want.
Oh no.
People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. I think he agrees with that.
I was going to say, I think he's very much someone who views society in terms of like where people stand rather than where they're from.
Yeah, I think his whole Sand People arc was kind of that.
It's true.
That kind
strongly agree or normal agree?
I think just a normal agree. Oh god, I've just had a massive pop up for an "Am I autistic?" quiz. That was the advert that was on screen earlier, by the way. Oh, I've got secret cheap flights now. Fuck's sake. This website is just a fucking death trap of adverts, honestly. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment.
Okay. Let's think.
He does employ those bikers, though, doesn't
It's
he?
true. I was going to say, I think he would care more that people were in jobs than
Yeah.
about the wider economy.
I think it's a disagree.
I think he views it very much on like a per person basis rather than a sort of wider economic viewpoint.
I think he's more interested in like material wealth rather than currencies, isn't he? Like you don't really give a shit about the space bucks in the Outer Rim. You're more like, I want some titanium grade. What's the Mandalorian stuff called?
Beskar.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I think he's a massive anti-regulation guy.
I think he very much would be in favor of the free market.
Yeah, I think that's a strong disagree.
Yeah.
From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I think that's a strongly disagree again.
Strong disagree. Interesting.
I think he's very much you should get what you get because of your ability. I don't think he's a take away from people and give to the people who need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think is it meritocracy? Is that effectively what we're talking about here? Like, yeah. I'll go for it. I'll go for a
This is an
disagree.
economic question, isn't it? So the from each according to his ability suggests that it's your ability to pay tax, and then you should then redistribute to people according to their need.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he'd agree with
but
that.
then he does support people in need.
But is that because he thinks that that's societally acceptable, or is that because he's trying to foster his own personal fiefdom? Because I think that's self-interest.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only reason he does what we would consider nice things is to further his own interests. I don't think he's doing it out the good of his heart, maybe to an extent, but
he wants Mos Espa to be stable because that financially benefits him, but he wouldn't be trying to institute like regulatory changes across Tatooine in order to introduce like a fair taxation system.
Yeah. Okay. Strong disagree then.
Going to be some great quotes from this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
The free of the market, the free of the people. I think that's a strong agree. I think Boba Fett's
all right on free market.
Loves the free market. Boba Fett's all about the invisible hand.
Yeah.
It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product.
I think he disagrees. I don't think he would think that deeply about like what it says about society.
But do you think that his time with the Sand People has made him a little bit more kind of like, because they're quite like a traditional living off the desert, and he probably is like, yeah, it's kind of sad that people have settled on their planet and taken all their shit.
But if you're talking about the free market and people are willing to pay for the water, if somebody's willing to bottle it up and sell it, then I think, like, I don't think we should overly emphasize the impact that the Sand People, like, clearly he learned some lessons, but I don't think it, like, controls the way he lives his life.
True. Should we go a disagree or a strong disagree?
I'm going a soft disagree.
Soft disagree. Soft disagree. Land shouldn't be a commodity. He disagrees.
Yeah.
He's a strong disagree on that. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing. So I think that's a strong disagree. Well, actually, no.
I'm going agree here, I think.
Yeah, because he doesn't like people who simply make money by just manipulating it, but he would support people making money through action.
Yeah, I think that's key, right? He wants people who are like doing stuff.
But then is being a gangster a form of just money manipulation?
Well, no, because you have to do actions to get the money.
Yeah, but say he's got a racket and he's like getting protection money. You only need that. You only need protection from gangsters because of other gangsters. That isn't
But those
actually a
gangsters
service that's
have
required.
to have.
They've created the demand for their product by being gangsters. So
But they've
that
had
is
to.
a form of manipulation of
But
money.
they've had to work to create that demand by being scary. So they've like earned their place for getting that money.
Yeah. I'll go with a soft agree.
I think a soft agree.
A soft agree. Protectionism. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I think he's a soft agree with that.
Yeah, it may be. I'm trying to think what would happen if there were exterior forces influencing like the trade of Mos Espa with like surrounding settlements. He would probably. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be like traditional protectionism. I think it would be a bit more aggressive, but like, I think it would look a bit like protectionism if it was required.
But if we go back to the Clone Wars,
Yeah, sure, why not?
which everyone always wants to do, of course, because
Peak.
excellent.
Cinema.
Yeah, exactly. It would be the Republic.
Yeah.
Who are pro-protectionism, right? Because they're the regulatory body, and it's the
tariffs and like the taxation of the Outer Rim that actually initiates it. So,
but it's the Trade Federation who would be against protectionism because they want
the free market.
Freedom. But Boba is loosely on the side of the Republic. And then he obviously then sides with the Empire, and the Empire would be very much protectionist.
But he doesn't side with the Empire because they're protectionist. He sides with them because they can pay him.
But the question is protectionism is sometimes necessary, and I feel like he would agree with that, because if he was an ideologue, he would not side with the Empire.
Okay, I think maybe a soft agree then. I think he would say it's like sometimes necessary, but it wouldn't be like his first port of call.
Yeah. I reckon I'm the first person to have ever said that Boba Fett's not an ideologue. I reckon that is
There's
possible.
so many like nobody's ever heard this before quotes in this episode.
Wouldn't it be great if this was the video that like went viral? I mean, I know it definitely won't. It'll be the video that gets like 20 views, but it would be amazing if
this is our legacy on the internet.
This is what people remember us for. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. I don't think he gives a shit about shareholders.
No, I don't think he does.
I don't think Bro ever publicly floats his company. I think he keeps all that wealth to himself.
That shit's getting nowhere near the public market.
Yeah.
F that noise.
Strongly disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. I think that's a strong disagree as well.
Yeah, I think he would tax them limitlessly if he was able to.
Although actually, maybe is he anti-tax though? Maybe he does agree with that.
Yeah, but because again we're talking about But then
he wouldn't want to be taxed. No, I think he's a strong agree. I think he's like, yeah, we're taxed too much. Damn right.
But is anybody taxing him? Because we're talking about him in the context of trying to run Mos Espa, and I think if there were like,
I don't think he'd be happy if somebody started taxing him.
But I think he is immune to these rules. I think the rich as a concept applies to like he's thinking about other people. And like, I think if there were like rich people knocking around Mos Espa, like flashing their wealth, he would be willing to tax them higher if it meant
he's not taxing them. He's not government. He's
he is government.
To pay like protection money.
Yeah.
That's not a government. No.
Well, no, but like in the context of Mos Espa, he's the closest thing there is to a government, and the protection money is the version of taxation.
But say there was an ineffective government in. Let's say that Boba Fett is Capone, right?
Sure.
Famously, Al Capone, they get him on taxes, right? Tax evasion.
Yeah.
If there was an ineffective federal Tatooine government, similar to the United States in the 1920s, fighting sort of prohibition laws and that sort of thing, I feel like he would be against being taxed.
I guess I feel like there's an oversimplification of the rich here, because I think there are certain rich people he's fine with. Like, I feel like if he feels like you've earned your money, then you should be able to keep it. But I think he feels like if you've like earned your money in a way that he doesn't feel is correct, then he would be willing to take that from you.
But I don't think he'd take it in the form of tax. He'd take it in the form of just taking it.
But as in, I'm viewing taxation here in the context of Boba being the governor of Mos Espa as like him taking the money in like an unofficial form of taxation.
I don't think that's how we should be viewing that question. Because
Okay.
I think the political compass, in terms of like the inner workings of how the political compass will treat this response, if we say that he strongly disagrees that the rich are too highly taxed, that would make him look like he's like a kind of like socialist who thinks no, tax
It's
the
true.
rich more.
It's true.
And
I guess
that's the answer that will get the right political compass response.
Yeah. So it's not a perfect answer, but it's an agree or a strongly agree.
We'll go and agree. I think that's the safest. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I think he definitely agrees with that. Strongly agree.
Yeah.
Man loves his fucking tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro bought that with his first paycheck.
Yeah. And it's having hella dreams in it.
Government should penalise businesses that mislead the public. Strongly disagree, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Yeah. We're really rattling through them now.
Yeah.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals. No, I don't think. Strongly disagree on that.
Yeah, he is, in his own way, a predatory multinational.
Yeah, very much so. He has a monopoly on Mos Espa.
Right.
Okay. With your personal social values, oh boy.
Oh, heavens. Oh no.
Oh god. What?
We're in too deep.
Boba Fett's
views on abortion. Oh no. We're gonna get cancelled.
I think that he's very much like doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like true kind of like, I think, social liberal. I think
I think he is. He's very libertarian, isn't he? I think people should be able to choose.
Yeah, your body is yours. I don't think he gives a fuck. So I think he's strongly disagree on the first one.
Sure.
All authority should be questioned. I think he's a strongly agree on that.
Yeah, he loves questioning any authority.
He loves it. An eye for an eye, he strongly agrees with that one.
Yeah, he's all about revenge.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theatres or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. I think he's probably a strong agree with that.
Really? Yeah. Because if they're not succeeding, fuck them. Yeah.
I don't think Boba Fett is like my local Amdram group. I think that
needs to be subsidized. There's another quote.
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
Agree.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't go to school, did he? So
he went to the School of Hard Knocks.
He was homeschooled by Django.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I agree.
Oh no.
All people have their right, but it's better for different sorts of people should keep their own kind. I think he's a disagree on that.
Yeah. I think he doesn't mind the sort of intermingling.
He's happy chilling with a Twi'lek
or a Tusken Raider.
or a Tusken Raider. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
This is the one people have been asking for. This is.
It's really annoying that this is going to go on both of our fucking internet histories that we've answered this like a fucking maniac. I think he agrees with that.
Yeah, I think he would be in favour of discipline.
I don't think like to a kind of strongly agree extent. I don't think he's actively looking for the excuse. But I think that
I've just seen some of the questions later on. There are some wild ones.
It's natural for children to keep some secrets. Now, that's a tricky one.
I think he would agree. I think, yeah.
I feel like he and his dad are pretty
tight, to be fair.
I don't think there's anything that his dad wouldn't have just like been like, nah, this is too extreme for a 7-year-old. He was just like fully okay with like, shoot that guy,
son. Okay, maybe I disagree then.
Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be. I think I strongly agree with that one.
Yep. All about that. Do whatever you want to your body.
Tough. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs. I think he's a strong agree.
I think, yeah, he would very much be like, if you want to be a plumber, go to plumbing school.
Yeah, I don't think he's a big humanities guy. I think he's more of a STEM student.
It's true.
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Oh
no.
I don't know.
We're going to skip this one.
Should we just skip it? I'll just cut how we answer.
So many regrets.
Well, I think that let's reason it out. I agree that he doesn't give a fuck, so I think he's a disagree. I don't think he cares.
I think his default state is not caring.
Yeah, the most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. That's a difficult one because I feel like I'd naturally be inclined to say agree, but then also his father kind of didn't put him through the clone training, so he was actually kind of taken out of that.
I mean, he very much requested like an unaltered clone, like for himself.
Yeah,
deliberately not like having the sort of traits of discipline the other ones had. So I mean, maybe it's a disagree because but
then I think he does appreciate discipline.
But I think he wouldn't say it's the most important. I think that's the key bit to this one.
Let's go for a disagree on it then. There are no savage and civilized people. I think he's a strong agree with that.
I agree.
I think Tusken Raider time really opened his eyes. Yeah. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. I think he's an agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to be busy with more cheerful
things. He a boomer, is what this question is asking.
No, I think he's very much I think he's quite I think he dwells.
He does, yeah. He did a lot of dwelling in the show.
I think it's to strongly disagree.
Yeah.
I think he's more like the sort of guy that would buy a Rancorn so that he could fuck someone up. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated in the new country. I think he's a disagree.
Yeah. I think he'd very much be in favour of immigration.
Or maybe he's going to strongly disagree. I think strongly disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us, all of us. I think
that's a disagree.
Yeah.
Because go
on, sorry.
I think like if a corporation was taking advantage of Mos Espa to make the most money, but it was detrimental to like the population as a whole, I think he would probably step in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one.
For goodness sake.
No broadcasting institution have independence should receive funding. I don't think he gives a fuck. I think we just
No, I don't
default
think he cares. I don't
saying,
think he cares.
don't care. Natural disagrees state.
Yeah,
Although if he's a libertarian, would he?
yeah, it's true actually. Because
I think just a soft agree.
because if it's a broadcasting institution that's not viable without support, it should be allowed to fail. I think would be his
Yeah.
perspective.
We're on page 4. We're half.
Yeah.
And how he sees wider society. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. There isn't really any counterterrorism on Tatooine.
I mean, it depends. Like, there's obviously the Pikes who are gangsters, but like, I wouldn't describe them.
In some ways, though, Boba Fett is a terrorist.
Yeah, it's true.
But would he agree that civil liberties are excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism? Were because I guess the rebels are viewed as terrorists in the Empire, and Boba Fett accepts money to counter the rebels. So I guess he doesn't give a fuck about civil liberties.
I don't think he does. Again, I think money is his primary motivator, and where like that can be found.
So I guess he's a disagree.
Yeah.
A significant advantage of one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments today. I think he.
Oh, cut out.
I think he agrees with the one-party state. I think he's in favour of the Empire. He's certainly not against it, is he? So, although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Disagree?
I think he would be if like there was lots of surveillance, especially by like the Empire or by like a central power. I think he would be worried.
I think he's a disagree on that one.
Yeah.
The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. I think he's a strongly agree.
Yeah, I think he would happily wipe people out.
Yeah. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed. Yeah, he's a strongly agree with that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Abstract art that doesn't represent a thing shouldn't be considered art at all.
I think he might agree with that.
I don't know. He's not really a big art guy.
No.
But then is the carving of the stick.
But he doesn't have that because it's art. He has it because it's a weapon.
True. Do you not think that his lizard's hallucinatory trip is kind of like abstract art, though?
I don't think he does that because it's artistic.
Okay, we'll go and agree. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitate. Oh, he's a strongly agree.
Yeah, he's very much about laying down the law.
I think he's also as a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. I think he's a strongly agree. Although, does he rehabilitate what's her face?
Yeah, Fennec, that's true. But then
agree.
But then she still is like a criminal. She's just like in a more like formal command structure.
But he is rehabilitating.
It's true. It's true.
I'm going to
like if he stops paying her and employing her, or if like she worked her way out of his debt or whatever, she would still go back to being a criminal. Like she hasn't been rehabilitated. Would be my argument.
But I think he's rehabilitated a bit.
Well,
he improves the person. He doesn't stop being a criminal, but he's not that bad.
Yeah. Maybe it's a soft degree rather than
I think it's a soft degree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer. Oh, he's a strong agree with that.
Yeah. He's not a big cultural guy.
No. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be. I think he's a disagree with that. I don't think he gives a fuck.
Yeah, I think they can go out and do what they want.
Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. I mean, I think Tatooine already has experienced global warming.
It's pretty bad. But I
think he's a soft disagree. I don't think he massively cares.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd go out of his way to destroy the environment, but I also don't think that he would care if it was being destroyed.
Yeah.
Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
Disagree. Strong disagree, maybe.
Yeah, strong disagree. Oh, there we go. We're on page 5. If you got through that okay, you'll find these propositions on religion agree.
Astrology. What does Boba think about astrology?
I think he's a absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, I think he's seen some shit in the galaxy, and he's not. Yeah, he's not an astrologist.
I think that he would strongly disagree with the you can't be moral without being religious as well.
Yeah.
I think he has a moral code. It's just not a very good one.
Yeah.
Charity is better than social security, as it means. I think he actually strongly agrees with that.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a less formal, and it's more on like cases where he thinks it's necessary.
Yeah, I think the whole gangster ethos is that because he's like that kind of old school gangster. Actually, he is looking out for the community as a way of making them indebted to him. So I think that he's actually strongly agree on that. Some people are naturally unlucky. I don't know.
No, this is unanswerable. I'm going to go a soft agree.
Soft agree.
I
finally, it's important that my child's school instills religious values. I strongly disagree. Wow, we've almost done it. Finally, thank God, a look at sex.
We should have looked at these.
I can't wait for this video to be flagged now.
For just such a wide array of problematic topics.
I think we can breathe through these, though, actually. I think first one, strong disagree. I don't think he cares. I think the second one should not be excluded from... Wait, hang on, the phrasing. Same-sex couple in a stable living should not be excluded. So to strongly agree would be to say that's fine.
Yeah. I think he doesn't care.
Is that a strongly agree, or is that an agree?
I've gone with normal agree, but strongly agree also works.
Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. I think Bro's a strong agree on that. I think Boba Fett's all for consenting adults and porn. It's not a good quote there. What goes on in the private bedroom? Again, strong agree.
Yeah.
No one can feel sexual. I think
we're reaching so hard.
I think he's to disagree.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has strong feelings about it.
And here we go. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I think he's a strong disagree.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
I think he's very open about his sex life. And now let's see where Boba Fett stands. This is very interesting. Look at this. Look at this. Right. Oh. You just got to scroll past all of the bullshit. Wow, look at that. He's a libertarian, but not actually that strong.
Interesting.
And he's right wing. He's actually quite centre. He's a centrist dad. He's legitimately a One Nation Tory.
There we go. Dear. That's the clickbait title of the
video. Why Boba Fett is a One Nation Tory.
With a picture of Liz Truss next to it.
Liz Truss is not a One Nation Tory.
No, I know.
We'll have Davcam next to him. It's Davcam underneath the Boba Fett mask. Wow. What a great video that was.
We need to find the leader he's most like.
I can't tab out, so you're gonna have to do that for us.
Okay.
Trouble is everyone answers these slightly differently for different people depending on their personal views of them, so you won't ever get a definitive
it's true
answer. But if we can find somebody who's kind of centre right just on the libertarian side. Yeah. Wow, there you go. Boba Fett is Theresa May. What a video that was. Merry Christmas, everyone,
Yeah.
and a Happy New Year.
What should we promise to do next?
If this video
Maybe we should do like Lord of the Rings character political death.
I would love to discuss Aragorn's view on homosexual relationship. It's just a terrible idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a video series, it is a guaranteed way to get us absolutely tanking in the algorithm, as everything that YouTube hates about videos is done in one video.
Yeah.
If this gets 5 people in the comments demanding it, they can't just ask; they have to demand it. We will do one for Gollum.
Right. Okay.
That
That's
will
not
be
not the character I would have chosen.
I think Gollum will be good, though. I think Gollum will be a test of our
what
ability
stage?
to shoehorn answers into this test.
Are we talking about Gollum like late on in Lotra, or are we talking about when he's just found the ring? Or
I think Gollum as he is at the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right. Wow, that's tricky.
So if you want to see that, it will be the last one that we ever do. I'm not going to keep doing these. So it's either Gollum or nothing.
Right.
5 people have to demand it. And given that only about 20 people are going to watch this, if you're sitting at home thinking, I would like to see OT do that, but I don't really want to comment, well, you're going to have to comment, guys, if you want it to happen.
Yeah. Also, comment
the Gollum political compass.
If you think a different character might be better, don't feel you have to do Gollum.
No, it has to be Gollum.
Okay. I'm just saying that maybe Gollum isn't the best option.
I think that's why we have to do Gollum, though.
Right, I see. Okay, we're picking deliberately challenging characters.
Well, I think Boba Fett was quite challenging. I think this would be relatively straightforward if you were doing like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's true. What a nerd.
I think Boba Fett's challenging because he isn't really a character. He's a guy with a cool helmet that people when he's cool. And then they've got, let's make a TV show about him where he does drugs, becomes a gangster, and is just sort of morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year. Bye. Are you not going to say bye too?
I did say bye.
Oh, it cut out.
Okay, I'll say it again. Bye.